Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Gaming News Weekly Live, bro. It's been a crazy week. Monster Hunter had a beta. Call of Duty launched. Dragon Age came out. I've been playing so much Dragon Age. Technical difficulties on my side, but I mean, we getting those patched up. We getting those fixed up. But there's been a whole lot of news, small, big, Call of Duty, massive, Xbox doing so great. People still trying to find something to complain about. But you know, it's Gaming News Week. I got my Evian water with me. You know I'm ready to talk. And my last live stream was Thursday. I should have live streamed yesterday, but then that's when I figured out that my capture card was broken. That's when I figured out my capture card was busted. It was yesterday. I was going to live stream, I swear. Ended up playing Call of Duty. And then right when I was like, okay, I'm gonna make some content, capture card was busted. I was like, damn, that shit kind of crazy. But I've been playing hella Call of Duty. Was not expecting to actually be playing so much of that. Actually playing quite a bit of it, and it's hella fucking good. Prestiged yesterday. Probably shouldn't have did that. Now I'm just don't have none of my motherfucking equipment no more. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have did that, but it's fine. I'm gonna level up again. It's all right. I should make some Call of Duty content. But I don't know. Maybe one day. I got it downloaded on PC. I do need to try to play it and stream it at the same time on PC. I should definitely be able to. I don't know why I can't. I haven't tried yet. I probably should after Gaming News Weekly is over because there's not much news to go over. There's been some topics to crop up. Most of the news going around is just, you know, random nonsense about, oh, this is failing, that's doing great, this is better than this. Nothing really too impactful is going on in gaming right now. But I have been playing hella games. Have been enjoying hella games. Dragon Age being one of them. But yeah, we got to get into this news. Call of Duty, bro. Call of Duty is always the biggest game, biggest selling game every year. Except last year when it lost to Hogwarts Legacy, but we don't talk about that. Can't talk about Hogwarts Legacy. That game has been scrapped. When people mention great games, they don't talk about Hogwarts Legacy for some reason. But Hogwarts Legacy did beat Call of Duty in sales last year. Call of Duty is probably going to be the highest selling game this year because it's so damn good. And that was a bad Call of Duty last year. That was a bad. I didn't even play it. That motherfucker was scuffed. I ain't even played the campaign for this one. And I'm still excited. I should just play the campaign for the channel. I don't know how long it is. I think it's like 4 hours or something like that. Depending on if I'm good at the fucking game or not. I kind of want to play through it on veteran. I ain't played a Call of Duty campaign since 2019. So do I play through that motherfucker on veteran? Probably not. But I might just try it out. Maybe even for the content. Who knows? I'll think about it. I'll real deal think about it. But other than that, Call of Duty has been doing great. It's been hitting a whole lot of all-time highs, which is crazy for Call of Duty to be doing. Because Call of Duty has been a big game for a long time. And now it is at peak Call of Duty. Some of the biggest numbers imaginable is Call of Duty right now with Black Ops 6. And that is crazy news to hear. Activision's like, damn, we got more people playing Call of Duty than ever before. And it's like, how the fuck is that possible when Call of Duty is always the biggest game? And now it's even bigger with with Xbox and with Game Pass, and I'm like, that shit is monumentous. And people are spending money on the store, and there's barely shit to buy. You know how many fucking those pre-order skins that you see in Call of Duty? People are running around with them bitches on. And I'm like, there's two things to buy in the store, and people are already buying both of them. Probably by the hundreds. I see the motherfuckers every match. And there's always different people because skill base is doing this thing. Skill base is not as bad in this game as it used to be. I don't know if they're just letting it slide for the opening week and then they're going to like tune it as the game goes on. Or is skill base just relaxed this time around? I think they might have relaxed it because of Game Pass and all those people just going to be jumping in anyway. So the game is just more fun all around. We're having a good time almost every match. I don't think it's two matches where we're getting shit on like crazy. But even the ones where the team is definitely better than ours, we're still having a good old time playing the game. Still coming out. KD is still pretty good. I think it's only like a .9 something. I'm not the best at Call of Duty. I don't play first person shooters as much as I play RPGs. So like that's not one of my go-tos, one of my fortes. But Call of Duty is doing great. It's doing real good. Nuketown came out. That map is, it's still Nuketown. It's still good. Having a good old time playing it. And Call of Duty is making splashes again. Xbox is getting a whole lot of money off of this goddamn Call of Duty. It came in Game Pass, got a lot of people to buy it. $20. Jumping into Game Pass for $20. Like, how many people did they say? Because I think Game Pass subscribers rose by like 4 million, 5 million. And I'm like, God damn, just to play Call of Duty. Motherfuckers really join Game Pass just to play Call of Duty. That's peak, and they gonna stay there playing Call of Duty. Because most of them are probably not leaving. Even if a million of them do just play Call of Duty for a month and they leave, the other ones are gonna stay. And they're gonna continue to play Call of Duty and Game Pass. That shit is making them so much money. Added on to the people already in there that are already playing Call of Duty. That is a crazy weapon to have in your arsenal if you're Xbox versus the competition, because they know they're gonna make so much money off of this shit. So might as well make a good one, drop it in Game Pass. Somebody said like, oh, they're sacrificing sales though. Who needs sales when you're gonna make that shit every month? I don't think people understand how money works, bro. They're printing that shit with Call of Duty, and Game Pass is gonna keep printing that shit the whole year. People stop buying Call of Duty after a while. It goes on sale at Christmas time. I think it goes on sale at at Black Friday time too. But I know around Black Friday and Christmas, Call of Duty goes on sale. They're not going to be paying full price for Call of Duty 2 months after it release. But they are going to go in Game Pass for full price. And they're probably going to stay there for some months. They're going to make that money round and round in 2 months, 3 months. And they're going to continue to make that shit for the rest of the time. That is crazy business moves right there. And out of all the things that came out during the Xbox earning call, or the Microsoft earning call, where they talk about, all the revenue they're making from Xbox, Windows, all those things, Cloud Azure, the one thing the goddamn journalists love to grab host to is the fact that Xbox hardware sales are down. And it's like, holy shit. They literally say in the motherfucking release that hardware sales account for 6% of total revenue that they gained from the Xbox side of Microsoft. From the gaming side of Microsoft. 6%. And a gaming journalist will still be like, but Xbox isn't selling any consoles. They're making record profits again this quarter. Again. They keep making record profits every fucking quarter. But for some reason, they always grab host to these console sales. And I'm looking at this like, why the fuck do y'all not let that shit go? Microsoft let that shit go 10 years ago. They said 10 years ago, yeah, bro, this console shit is not working for us. Let's do something else. That was 10 years ago. Can the fucking journalists drop it? I don't think they can. I don't think they will. Because why? It gets them headlines like, oh, Xbox hardware sales are down. So they can make a goddamn article about it. That's it. So they can make a goddamn article about it. For nothing else will they need to put that headline up. Because it doesn't mean anything. Because on the opposite side, transition to PlayStation. Why don't we? PlayStation is selling consoles left and right. They're selling pro consoles. They're selling normal consoles, discless consoles. They're selling consoles everywhere. But they're shutting down studios and firing employees. They're shutting down what all those console sales though. 50 million consoles sold, PlayStation. Where the fuck are your games at? Where the hell are your studios at? Where are your employees going? They're going home. They ain't got shit to work on. They're going home. They're going broke. What is PlayStation doing with all those consoles sold? Nothing. So on the opposite end, where content is king. Content is selling. Content is moving. Content is making a lot of money over there. Hardware, we can sell it. That's what Microsoft is doing. We can sell it. But content is king. They know that. They're pushing content. PlayStation over there selling hardware. Hardware sales are up. Developers are down. They're bleeding developers. They're bleeding money. They're bleeding content. They don't have anything to offer right now. Except hardware to sell to people. What they have, what to play on. Call of Duty. That's exactly what everybody's playing on the PlayStation right now. Call of Duty. And that's an Xbox IP. It is the way this works right now is astronomical for Microsoft. Because yeah, they're not selling a single console, but all the software that they're selling, where they actually make money, where even PlayStation themselves know software is where they make money. They're not selling any software, bro. They don't have any software to sell you. They're selling old software to PC gamers. They're barely picking that shit up anymore now because they know okay, this software is not hitting like it used to be. PlayStation is struggling real hard. They're selling hardware, no software sales. So where's all that money gonna come from? Developers' paychecks. They gotta cut them niggas. Bungie is getting cut. Firewall got cut. Savage got cut, which they had a new name. I forget their new name. But they cut them before they even got a game out the door. Before they even got a game out the door, they got cut. Fired. All of them going home. Come on now, bro. When the headlines do slide through and I'm reading these bitches, I'm like, y'all love to paint a picture that doesn't exist. Gaming journalists love to paint pictures that don't exist. That's why I don't take anything from them. Nothing is credible to me. I'm gonna go figure it out myself. So when they reviewing games, when they're talking about gaming, when they're talking about anything related to game, I'm going to figure that out for myself, bro. Because I never trust a goddamn journalist. I don't put no weight in nobody's opinion but my own. So that's why I only take my own opinion on anything. I ask myself, like, damn, bro, do you think that's good or not? Then I'm like, yeah, bro, that shit fire. And it's fire. End of story. End of story. But that's kind of how I go through things. I know a whole, the general public, they go off the most popular opinion they can find. They go see somebody like, okay, that guy has a large following and everybody thinks his opinion is good. I'm going to go with that opinion. They don't go figure it out for themselves because they don't want to think. And that's the gaming industry we live in right now. That's kind of how things go. But yeah, PlayStation is bleeding shit. I mean, yeah, they do get paid to say shit. But they get paid to say what get clicks. They don't specifically get paid to be like, hey, this is good. But they know people are going to click on it if I say this. So yeah, they get paid to just say shit out loud, whether it's negative or positive. They know people are going to click on it. Engagement is what everybody makes money on nowadays. Whether it's Twitter, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, all you get paid off engagement. You get paid off engagement. And what do people want? People to talk to them. People to comment. People can hate comment. There's people putting up videos right now just to get people angry. So they can be like, oh, this video is so trash. So they can get some engagement. And people make money off of that. So they like, fine, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. And I'm like, that is a crazy reality, but that's exactly how the internet works. People just say shit. Why? Because it's monetary. Because it's monetary. People will talk shit all year. And then like, okay, they gonna flip the script right when things go a different way. They change their priorities the same way. Why? Because that's the wave they want to ride. They're like, oh, nobody's hating it no more. We might as well start liking it. Everybody likes it now, so they can make some money. So they can keep continuing to make money, bro. And I'm like, damn, that shit's kind of sad, bro. It's real sad because that's how a lot of people live their life. Because they go against the grain, they're gonna feel isolated. They're gonna feel outcast, and they're like, oh, I don't wanna be on the receiving end of all this hate. So why? They're gonna throw hate instead. They're gonna join the mob. It's so easy to join the mob. I've said that about so many things. About Starfield. Now about Dragon Age, oh my goodness, the Dragon Age shit is so crazy. I was just talking to somebody in the comments like an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago. Motherfuckers just love to just go on. They go on the internet talking nonsense, and I'm like, bro, you must be stupid. They gotta be dumb. That's all. Every time, that's what I think when people come into the comment section saying dumb shit. I'm like, you gotta be dumb in real life, bro. You can't just be stupid on the internet. There's no possible way. There's no actual possible way that you can actually only be dumb on the internet. Like you're definitely dumb in real life. But you kind of gotta let those people live because that's all they got. You kind of gotta let them live. But yeah, things are leaking all over the internet. But yeah, let's get back to the news because Insomniac's creative director for Wolverine legit quit his job to go get hired at Xbox Game Studios. When that news came out, people ran with that shit so fast. We don't know why he left why he left PlayStation to go to Xbox. We really don't know. But he was working on Wolverine, a game that haven't launched yet. And they're changing everything that he did to Wolverine. So what does that mean for him as a creative director? Because we don't really know. Only thing that I know that I played that he made was Spider-Man Miles Morales. He was the creative director for that game. And I mean, I've been playing Miles Morales. I don't think it's a bad game. It's a standard action game. You go punch niggas, hit backflips. It's a fun game. It's a Spider-Man game. You can't really make those things bad. But the fact that he was making Wolverine, he was leading that team, and he just cut ties to go work at Microsoft to make Perfect Dark is crazy to hear about. Because I want to know more. What happened over there at Insomniac that made him leave? That made him go like, yeah, this Wolverine project is not where I want to be right now. And he fucking left. He didn't just step down. He didn't just go to a different game. Because Insomniac is making more than one game. They're making the Venom game. They're making the Wolverine game. And they're making another Spider-Man game. Yeah, it seems like whatever the fuck. I mean, he was the creative director, though. So if the game was actually ass and he was the one in charge, he's the one to blame, in my eyes, anyway. Because, I mean, the developers got to develop. But if you're the one in charge of directing the team and the game is not coming out the way you see it, either you're not in charge, you're not as commanding as you say you are, or your vision is that bad and you see it and now he wants out. Because Wolverine comes out in a year, bro. Supposedly. It comes out in a year. I mean, that shit's supposed to be done and ready. We've seen so many clips of like early footage. That shit wasn't early. That shit is deep in development. It was so many whole missions that we watched. I've seen hours of footage of Wolverine. Whole cutscenes, whole battle scenes, whole missions. All planned out, all scrapped out. In full HD, 4K, 60 frames. I've seen it. So like I know the game is a whole lot closer to finish than what the people online would want you to think. But the fact that he left after everybody seen it, I guess the reception of the game when all the things leaked out wasn't that good. Because if it leaked out, everybody's like, okay, that shit's actually fire. Would he have stayed? Would he have fucking stayed? I don't know. I really don't know. But the fact that it wasn't received that well, because it did look kind of bad. It did look kind of bad. At some points, it did look kind of bad. Where he was in a bar, that shit was scuffed. But when they were running through the city, and he's like climbing walls with his claws, like it was a whole lot of weird things going on. But the stealth mission that I seen was actually kind of fire. I can't really show you. I ain't got the footage on me right now. But like, the stealth mission I seen was actually kind of fire, bro. He's like hiding in the trees, jumping out on niggas. And it was like raining, so you know that's how he's stealthy, because that nigga not stealthy at all. He's made of metal. He heavy as fuck. So he was legit running through trees, slicing niggas up, all in the rain and storming and shit. That looked real good. So I don't know why the creative director left. Sony didn't say anything. They said like, hey bro, we just parted ways, creative differences. Nah. It's something a whole lot more to that going on. And Wolverine comes out in a year. We got to see what the hell they're doing. But they got 2 new creative directors. Which is another weird thing. Why the fuck they get 2 more creative directors? because one man left. So how much work was he actually putting in if they had to replace him with two more niggas to get the same amount of work done? If you need two more people to replace you, that means you were doing a whole lot more than you should have. So what if you were just taking on so much of the load, getting this game running, and he just gave up on that shit? Like, okay, bro, since I'm the only one that care here, I'm going somewhere else. And he ended up at the initiative at Microsoft, making Perfect Dark, which they just showed in the summer in June, and it looked amazing. Joanna looked good, the combat looked good, the story looks weird as fuck, just like Perfect Dark. That game comes out in like a year. Or like a year and a half, 2 years maybe. But like Perfect Dark looked like it was real close to being done. And they showed us just enough to be like, okay, bro, we have something to look forward to. And he was like, yep, I'm going to work on that game. And he fucking left because he left in the summer. So after Sony State of Play, Concord, Buddy was like, yeah, I'm getting out of here because this shit ain't right. And he joined Xbox right after the showcase. Right after Xbox had a monumentous showing in June. He was like, yeah, I want to be Team Green. He jumped ship so fucking fast. And Sony's only been downhill since. Insomniac not making DLC for Spider-Man 2. They announced that they're done with the game. They already made suits. There's so much going on in Insomniac that we don't know. Outside of everything leaking, all the information is gone. But still, yeah, the stock in Sony has been dropping real fast. What are they prices looking like actually? Did she say $17? There's no fucking way. Hold on. Cause see, I ain't looked at PlayStation stock market in a long time. Oh hell, hold on. Go back. Go the fuck back. There's no goddamn way. This shit should be that low. This gotta be wrong. It's not wrong though. Hold on, bro. Why is that shit only $23? I could have swore Sony stock was way higher than that. I thought it was like $89 a stock. That shit says $17 right now. What in the fuck is going on? I don't remember that shit being that fucking low. Might just be me then. It is crazy how much money they make and they don't have any fucking money, bro. But yeah, that shit is. Yeah, because how the fuck is Microsoft sitting at 410? They're doing astronomically good. PlayStation sitting at fucking $17. Nigga, Activision is sitting at 94. That's when Microsoft closed their stock. Nigga, they closed that shit at $94 a stock. PlayStation ass is at fucking $17. What did they do? They had to do something because it definitely was. They had to split these bitches up. They had to split these bitches up. I just don't know what the fuck they did. Damn, now I need to go investigate what the fuck they did to their stock. I'm tweaking out. I'm gonna have to go open my portfolio and see what the fuck. Sony become $1 trillion company by 2030? In 5 years? Probably. If they clean up their fucking finances. They probably did what Nvidia did and split all their stocks up. So now their stock is cheaper, but it's more of it. I think that's what the fuck they did. I think they broke the stock up into more pieces. Cause there's no fucking way it should be $17. If Microsoft did that, that'd be crazy. I mean, what is their value looking right now? Free cash flow, 700. Okay, I got sidetracked by that. That's just kind of crazy. That motherfucker came up. But hold on, I need to go. That shit caught me off guard like a bitch, bro. Cause I swore that shit was just at fucking 80 something. Cause it used to be at 100 something a share. What the fuck? Hold on. I just need to. I need to go investigate something real quick. Nine months. Go back to February. Or was it January? I need to go back further. Last 12. Yeah, them motherfuckers was $98 a share when I sold mine. How the fuck did they get all the way to 23? I need to figure. I need to go. See. Look, I got a project to do. Oh shit! I was not watching it for a while. I was not watching for a while. I need to go. I need to go figure out what the fuck they did. Oh, PlayStation. I'm looking at Sony stock. I need to go figure out how the fuck they shit went from 80 to fucking $17, bro. I think they I think they might have split them. But I don't remember seeing a post about them splitting it. Because when I sold mine, they were $89 a share. So think of it, $89 a share of Sony stock. Now the bitches are $17 a piece. What the fuck actually happened? I don't even know when. When did they split them? You said they deleted the Concord group? Yeah, we gotta cover that. What the fuck happened to PlayStation stock though? Cause I know Nvidia did that because they were growing so big, so they split the stock. But what did they do? Sony is still only $108 billion though. So to think, Microsoft bought Activision for what, 70? PlayStation is only 30 billion more. To put that in perspective, that is a crazy number. Just in, I mean, yeah, they're not gonna let that happen. I don't think the world governments would be like, okay, Xbox, you can buy Sony, but like the fact that Microsoft has the money to walk over there to PlayStation, hand a ass $150 billion and be like, we own you now. You think their shareholders gonna say no? You think the shareholders at Sony Interactive are gonna say, nah, we'll keep it. We'll just keep our shares. Come on now, bro. The same way Activision folded, Sony will fold for 150. They're only worth 100. Give them 150, they're folding. I just need to know how the hell did they get their stock to under $20? What did they do? Yeah, Activision folded hella hard. But I mean, Activision was going through a whole lot of PR nonsense anyway. So I mean, the fact that they folded is because nobody really wanted to be associated with Activision. Yeah, there was a whole lot of other shit that like got their ass to fold real quick. And Xbox was just right there with plenty of money to be like, hey, you might as well go ahead and come over here. I just need to figure out how the hell Sony got their stock to $20, bro. To sub $20 in a year. Last year that shit was 89. I need to know, bro. They could have definitely rolled it out. But the fact that they had to pay Bobby anyway, Bobby was making so much money, they had to pay him anyway. And he owned almost 60% of Activision. He owned majority share of Activision, and he was the CEO. So everything he said had to go. So imagine running a company and owning that company at the same time. Nobody had more say in Activision than Bobby Kotick. So when he folded, the whole company had to fold, and he wanted to get out with as much money as he possibly could, and he did. Microsoft paid his ass to go home. He got all his money, and he got to sell all of his stock in Activision to Microsoft. Easy fucking money for Bobby Kotick, bro. It was such a good business move. He's a horrible person, probably, but that was a 10 out of 10 business strategy. Cause why would it not be like that? Like it's real smart thinking. I'm not even gonna deny. It's real smart thinking by Bobby Kotick. Even though he was a terrible person, horrible leader, he got out with a whole lot of billions, bro. He got out of that jam with a whole lot of billions, and nobody's gonna look at him again. And he got out stress free with a bag, bro. He got out stress free with a bag. All that bad shit that was going on at Activision was under his rule, bro. And he got no repercussions. You know what? He got billions of dollars and a free vacation. No responsibility. Oh, Bobby ass. He was one smart guy, bro. He was one smart guy. But we do gotta talk about Concord and them ass getting dropped off. Because PlayStation, how much did they put into Concord again? The numbers that float around is crazy. We know it's a big game, but sometimes people be like, "Oh, it was $400 million." No, the fuck, it wasn't. But I mean, it was 8 years. 400 million is crazy. That's on Wikipedia now. So Concord was a $400 million game. Like in actuality, it was a $400 million game. That's just yikes, bro. They're never getting that back. They're never getting that back. They said they had to spend 200 million to get that bitch into alpha, bro. And then another 200 million to get that motherfucker to launch. Still 3 billion for Destiny? Yes, but Sony was throwing away money. And they're still throwing away money to this day. But Concord being shut down as fast as it was, I don't know if it was a smart move or a dumb move by PlayStation. Because I understand the game was received horribly. Terribly, actually. Like, more people played the beta than the actual fucking game. To think about that, more people played the beta for your game than the actual game. You should have turned that motherfucker free to play and at least gave it 6 months to find its footing. They could have found somebody to play the fucking game. They could have found somebody to play that game if they turned that motherfucker free to play and just left it to the internet. Just dropped it, left it to the internet. Because it wasn't going to take them that much to keep that game functional. And they were updating that motherfucker for a while. Yeah, it was ignored like a bitch. But I mean, how much did Concord launch it? How much was the price for Concord? Because I think that was the problem. People probably would have played Concord if it was free. Why? Because they love to spite other game companies. That's one thing a lot of gamers on the internet love to do. They love to spite other game companies. When they don't like a game company, you know what they go do? Play the other game, even if it's bad. Niggas that really hated Call of Duty for so long couldn't wait for another game to come out. Guess what they did? They went to go play X Defiant. Why? Because it was free. It was almost good as Call of Duty. It was kind of fun. They ran right over to X Defiant. They couldn't wait to be like, oh, Call of Duty has competition. They couldn't wait to say that shit. They got a whole community of niggas over there. But then what happened? Call of Duty came back hard, bro. And what did those niggas have to do? Go back to Call of Duty. Concord could have got that. Why? Because niggas didn't want to play Overwatch. Niggas don't want to play Overwatch. They don't even fuck Overwatch. I go play something else. What was they gonna go play? Paladins? They could have been playing Concord. Why? Just to spite Activision. They don't want to play Overwatch. But what are them niggas playing right now? Overwatch, and they're pissed in every lobby. Like, fuck, I'm back in Overwatch 2. I don't want to play this shit. Why? But they enjoy the genre. And it's the biggest game in the genre. They could have at least got some of those people to spend money in Concord. But the game did look real bad. Like, when they showed it, when they showed the game and it looked bad. If the showing was better in fucking May, I think it probably would have been received better. But the only time they showed it was in May. And then they launched the beta where like people had to pay to play it. You know, the pre-order people. And then they had a free beta that nobody played. Oh, it was bad. Once the free beta came out and nobody got in that hole, they should have knew we delayed the game. They don't gotta work on it no more. Just delay the fucking game. Get out of the way of everything. Just let people forget for a little minute. And then try to launch the game free to play. I think they could have did more than just Firewalk. And it's Herman Host's fault. That's what I want to get across when these closures come through. Like when Microsoft shut down freaking Arcane for releasing Redfall like they did. Redfall had more fucking players than a lot of games. I think Redfall was bigger than Dragon Age right now, actually. Redfall might have had more players than Dragon Age. Not even gonna fake it. I mean, I was one of those players for Redfall. Redfall wasn't as horrible as motherfuckers made it out to be. Was it a good game? Partially. There were some good things about Redfall, but it wasn't a breakout success. It wasn't a big ass hit. I mean, it wasn't as terrible as the media made it out to be. But the fact that Microsoft had to shut their ass down, Microsoft had nothing to do with the game. The game was just poorly put together. And they launched that motherfucker. And it's like, y'all fucked up. P. Hines retired. Arcane, y'all had to go. That's kind of what it had to be. But to think, Concord came out and Herman Host was the one telling them the game was good. Herman Host was the one that was telling them this is going to be great. We're going to show this to the world. Everybody's going to love it. We're going to make so much money. Herman was reinstilling that shit into them. And then once Herman Host becomes the CEO of PlayStation, All of a sudden, he want to firewalk after yo ass was the head of studios, telling them this is what you wanted. He was going to every studio at PlayStation, telling them this is the right direction. This is what we should be making. This is going to be a success. And now the developers are sitting around with nothing. Like, Herman, bro, you led us astray. Herman Host led their ass down a path of destruction, and then he the one destroyed them. He said Babylon's Fall got clapped in 3 months. It did, bro. How long did Foam Stars last? Niggas forgot all about Foam Stars. How long did Foam Stars last? Because Babylon's Fall was platinum. It wasn't PlayStation specifically. It was Platinum Games and Square Enix, I think, together. I think they collabed to make Babylon's Fall for PlayStation. That shit bombed. But then PlayStation went with Square Enix to make motherfucking Foam Stars. And what the fuck did Foam Stars do? I think Foam Stars bombed too. I think they gave that motherfucker out for free and nobody played it. And then they had Destruction All Stars. That motherfucker collapsed real fast. And all of these games. You said Platinum has been down bad for a decade. I mean, when they released Bayonetta, it did pop off. So Bayonetta definitely got them some style points back. But ever since they dropped Nier Automata, they haven't had another hit. It was supposed to be Scalebound, but then they fucked up the budget for that. And Microsoft shuttered the whole thing and took the IP from them. So they haven't recovered from the Scalebound thing. I don't think they have. But they did make Bayonetta. That motherfucker did pop. Bayonetta did pop for them. So they not completely out of it. And then they collabed with Stellar Blade for the Nier thing, the Nier skin. That was kind of cool. So Platinum still got some skin in the game. It's just they haven't been at their peak since Nier Automata. And it's kind of hard to get back there because all the OGs are retiring. They're old as shit now. Like, people gotta realize, like the developers that started this shit, they're old. Niggas gotta retire. They got families and shit. They can't just be making your favorite games forever. And I don't think fans really understand that idea. So whatever Platinum is doing next, we don't really know. But hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. And when that news came out, so many people that hated Phil and Xbox for canceling Scalebound, and Xbox said nothing. They stood there and took the brunt of the attack. Everybody calling them stupid, they're selfish, they're trash company, all because Scalebound got canceled. Nier was popping the fuck off, winning all these awards. They're like, oh, Platinum is one of the greatest developers in the world. Years later, Platinum finally comes out and said, like, yeah, bro, we fucked up with Scalebound. We probably shouldn't have did that shit. And then everybody was like, damn, it was actually Platinum's fault the whole fucking time. Yeah, it was kind of wild. But I mean, Xbox had to do kind of the same thing with Lionhead. Because for what reason, the MMO for Fable was just not coming along. Every quarter they'd go over there to Lionhead and nothing was done, but the budget was blown. And they're like, what the fuck are y'all spending all this money on? Nobody could ever have an answer. So Lionhead got scrapped. And people were pissed because all the rumors around what Lionhead was doing. But they were supposed to be making a Fable MMO, I believe. And that motherfucker got scrapped. I think in a Fable game probably could have been good. But yeah, Nier kind of got in their head, bro. PlayStation got in their head. You said they only owns one for IP. I mean, don't they own Nier? I think Nier's the only one they do own for sure. Because I think Bayonetta is owned by Microsoft. I mean, not Microsoft, by Nintendo. And then Scalebound is owned by Microsoft. So, I mean, Platinum got some work to do. They could definitely get back in it. They just have to make something else. And action games are becoming the wave. They don't own Nier either. Nier's owned by Square Enix. Damn. Oh shit. What the Platinum doesn't own none of their IPs? Not a single fucking one? Platinum just needs to, I guess, Wonderful. Do they own Wonderful? Okay, so they do own Wonderful. Is that it? Do they own Vanquish still? Nope, that's Sega. Oh shit. They Platinum doesn't have a single fucking game. Wait, Wonderful is owned by Nintendo, I think. Oh no, they own Wonderful. Okay, so they do own Wonderful. So what the Platinum is just throwing out? They're just throwing out games. So like Bayonetta, one of the biggest names, they don't own that shit. Sega owns Bayonetta. What the fuck? Bayonetta is a Sega thing. I thought it was a Nintendo thing. Sega owns Bayonetta. I didn't. I didn't fucking know that. Nier is owned by Square Enix. I remember Drakengard from back in the day, but Drakengard is dead. They don't use that shit no more. Sega owns Vanquish. So Platinum just be out here just hoeing themselves out, bro. So when they do make a banger game, they just get kind of scuffed on the back end. I kind of feel bad for Platinum because they really ain't got shit. Cause yeah, Infinite Space, Bayonetta, and Vanquish all owned by fucking Sega. And then Square Enix got their ass with fucking Nier. That shit's sad, bro. Oh, it's so bad. Damn. So Platinum just got to go back to the drawing board. They got to make something new. But I mean, with Stellar Blade succeeding like that, they could definitely just make a Nier clone, bro. It don't have to be called Nier. You need just a bad bitch android and a weird story. That's all you need is a bad bitch android and a weird story, and you're good. Have some clothes. Shift up did it. You said that's why from Saul Winter from Activision for Sekiro. He does. Activision does own Sekiro, doesn't it? Or did or did FromSoft get that IP? I thought Activision owned all the rights to Sekiro. I thought that's why they self publish for the other games. Well, no, I guess Bandai. They went to Bandai for the other ones. So FromSoft does own Sekiro. Oh, then why the fuck did they publish with Activision? They gave Activision a Game of the Year award. What was that deal for? I really don't know. Maybe they just needed the funding at the time, and they knew Sekiro was gonna bang out. So they okay, we get a publishing deal from Activision. I'm surprised Activision didn't reserve rights, but they do. They do throw good ass deals from Activision because that's why Bungie ended up still owning Destiny. Even after they left Activision, they still own Destiny because they just bought Destiny and left. That's a that's actually a really good fucking really good reason because Bandai is the place that they go to. And then Bandai was like, Miyazaki, I don't think you really got that sauce no more. And he was like, watch me. Fucking watch me. Went to Activision, got a Game of the Year award. Came back to Bandai, like, what was y'all saying? And it was like, we'll give you anything you want. We'll give you anything you want. And then guess what? They dropped Elden Ring, won every award imaginable. Bandai was like, Miyazaki, Miyazaki, please never leave again. Never fucking leave again. We'll publish any game you want. And what did they get? They got a motherfucking mech game. What the fuck is a mech game called again? Yeah, because PlayStation owns two of them bitches. FromSoft can't do nothing about it. PlayStation owns two of them hoes. And they own the exclusive right to put them bitches on PC. Because that's what a PlayStation deal gets niggas. So Demon Souls, gone. Motherfucking Bloodborne, gone. That shit's crazy word. FromSoft like, yeah, bro, we ain't going down that path again. I think FromSoft was the first ones to wake the fuck up to the Sony deal shit. Then Square Enix came along. They're like, okay, bro, no more Sony deals for us because we're bleeding money over here. All these badass IP we keep making for PlayStation. And then Pearl Abyss was like, yeah, PlayStation, you're not getting us with that shit. We got plenty of money for publishing. I think Konami is going to be on that same shit. There's so many companies that came out like, yeah, bro, we ain't taking PlayStation deals no more. You said no more Dark Souls after Sekiro. They made open world Dark Souls. See, I don't think Elden Ring is open world Dark Souls per se, but it is a Miyazaki game, and Miyazaki makes Dark Souls. So I think the style of game, like Miyazaki's style of game, I don't think is ever going to change. He just make it bigger. Because how do you make Dark Souls bigger? Elden Ring. You give a nigga a horse and a world to run around, and you're gonna, but motherfuckers gonna have fun. They're gonna find the fun somewhere. That's what niggas do in Souls games anyway. In Miyazaki doors everywhere, so you gotta like walk around buildings. You gotta go through crazy shit. Miyazaki has built games with less. He's built games with less, and he's got so much out of it. So the fact that he got Elden Ring to be that big. You said they took so many assists and animations. I mean, it's Miyazaki, bro. He's not gonna go reanimate a whole game when he knows Miyazaki's combat is unmatched. When people think action games nowadays, they don't look at God of War. They don't look at Wukong because those are action games. Those are action games. They look at Miyazaki games like action games now. Like the Souls-like formula has become the action game formula. I don't know why that's became the case, but that is like what people like. It's skewed now. It's gotten so crazy because action games used to be what Dragon Age is right now. Dragon Age is an action game. Dragon Age of Vilgard is an action game through and through. You have your little things, you have your little assist, your right bumper assist, your left bumper assist. You said they think Devil May Cry still? I don't know if they still think Devil May Cry because when Final Fantasy did the Devil May Cry thing, legit copy and paste Yoshi P, copy and paste fucking Devil May Cry into Final Fantasy, they did become an action game. But now when people talk about games like what Final Fantasy did, you get four moves, you get your basic, your basic string that you hit niggas with. Motherfuckers think that combat is boring and bland. And it's like, no, nigga, that's an action game. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Because when they think action game, they think Miyazaki game now. They think fucking Elden Ring. And I'm like, Miyazaki doesn't make action games, bro. They nigga make RPGs. This combat is just unmatched. Every RPG system is going to be different in other RPGs, but nobody make a game like Miyazaki does. Except them niggas at Neo is. When they made Liza P, that felt so much like a Miyazaki game. You couldn't deny it. You played Liza P, and you're like, this is the best Souls-like game to ever launch outside of From Software. Not a single Souls-like has ever touched Liza P. I don't think they ever will. So I don't know, Miyazaki. I don't think they could. I don't think Miyazaki could go make an action game like Devil May Cry and it be good because that's not what you would expect from a FromSoft game, especially directed by Miyazaki. Because if you don't find a Miyazaki door and there's no motherfucking visible feet, it's not a Miyazaki game. And I think that's why niggas didn't like Dark Souls 2. I think that's why niggas didn't like Dark Souls 2. Because there wasn't enough feet and wasn't enough Miyazaki doors, bro. And they're like, yeah, Dark Souls 2, that's definitely not it. You said Code Vein was fun? Yeah, I played so much Code Vein, though. I played so much Code Vein. Like, before Code Vein launched, I played so much Code Vein. It was kind of crazy. That's when I first started getting into, like, gaming and, like, game testing, like, with developers and talking to people, stuff like that. Played hella fucking Code Vein. So much of that game, unimaginable. So when I actually got the game and I was playing it, having a good old time with it, I already knew, like, most of everything. The beginning, I think they changed some. They cut some pieces out of the beginning for the release version. But other than that, like, Code Vein was really fucking good. But Code Vein was more of an action game than a Miyazaki game. Because you just pick flashy ass animations. I was teleporting, hitting niggas with uppercuts, they in the sky. But it was a Souls game, like, at the core. It was a Miyazaki game. You said the Queen was super hard, stupid hard in the beta test? Hmm. I don't remember. What the fuck the Queen looked like? That was hells ago. Oh, I know who you talk about. Okay, I had to look it up. I was like, who the fuck? I didn't remember. Where have I seen his logo before? What website is this? I think my favorite boss was the bug bitch. She said she had the fire and ice face. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, I remember now. Cause I remember the ice bullshit was outrageous. But I think my favorite one was the bug bitch. I think where she had like I think her head was like elongated as shit. I don't know why the fuck the design was like that, but I really liked that one. And that boss battle was kind of too easy. I think that's why I liked it. I think it probably was the easiest boss battle. But most of the bosses wasn't too crazy. It was the walks. The walks was outrageous in Code Vein. Like the walks from fucking from the damn the thistle. What's it called? A thistle? What the fuck was those things called? The bonfires. The walks from the bonfires to like boss arenas. Some of them motherfuckers was too. They were too outrageously long, bro. You would be fighting 18 different hybrid boss niggas before you get to a boss battle in some of those later phases. And I'm like, this shit is outrageous, bro. Why y'all got us going through this shit? It was actually kind of tough. I'm not even gonna fake it. I was annoyed as hell halfway through that game. Because you'll be walking around the map for hell as nigga, looking for the next goddamn visage. Not visage. I forget what the hell that little the bonfire thing was called. Where you grow the little fruit, put your blood drop on the thing, make it grow. But yeah, Concord failing like that, I blame Herman Host. I blame the fuck out of Herman Host for that shit. Because it shouldn't have came out like that. He was in charge of the whole goddamn thing. And still that motherfucker came out like that. And then they made that nigga CEO. Then they made that nigga CEO. That is outlandish. For me anyway, that shit is outrageous. And the fact that the that the mobile studio got shut down as well. What were their new name? Because they were Savage Studio when PlayStation bought them, but then their name changed. Because yeah, they were Savage Studio when they bought them. Neo Koi now. They were Neo Koi when they got shut down. Oh, when you walk through those motherfucking those segments where you're like watching the memories from the vintages, those shits were so slow. Yo, as we walking through mud in them hoes. And then you have to like fight in the past to like remember who you are. Yeah, but Neo Koi got shut down and they didn't even make a fucking game. So what the hell was Herman Host doing with these studios? When Neo Koi didn't even create, they were still making a AAA mobile game. First of all, what the fuck is a AAA mobile game, Herman Host? I don't fucking know. But the fact that they were building one, and then you come through the door and say, "Hey, y'all all fired." How much money did they throw into this mobile game to scrap the whole project and the studio at the same time, and nobody's even seen the game? I guess it was going to be a Concord mobile game, maybe. And they were like, "Hey, scrap that Concord shit." You said PUBG Mobile? No, because PUBG Mobile is owned by what are they called? It's owned by Tencent. Tencent owns PUBG Mobile. So it definitely wasn't gonna be PUBG Mobile. They were making something else. And they scrapped it. They scrapped the whole thing. We don't even know what the fuck the game is gonna be. You said a AAA mobile game? What you saying PUBG Mobile is a AAA mobile game? Is it? I don't know. PUBG is not even a AAA game. It can't be a AAA mobile game. Cause PUBG is like a single A game. Like that motherfucker was an indie project that blew up. PUBG cannot be AAA quality. It is nowhere near AAA quality. Have you seen the bushes, the trees, the buildings? That shit is as low quality as you could possibly find. But it doesn't have to be good quality because it's a good game. You jump out of plane, you drop in that motherfucker. You said if you were to guess that's what they meant. I think Call of Duty Mobile is the most impressive mobile game I ever seen. Have you seen some of the gun skins in Call of Duty Mobile? I've seen a couple of those random ass videos. I don't even know if they real. But like the Call of Duty Mobile like gun skins that they sell is crazy work. Why the fuck did I just see this article say Elder Scrolls 6 can benefit from key Baldur's Gate 3 strength? What the fuck are you talking about? Elder Scrolls and Baldur's Gate are two different types of games. Why the fuck would they be taking pointers? Those are two different types of games. Motherfuckers just say shit on the internet. It don't even matter. If they got a platform, they just play. They have a PS5 Pro enhancement video for Spider-Man 2. And you say you don't mess with the sale games. But you gotta see is this motherfucking video. Goddamn all these ads. Get the fuck out of here. Hold on, I need to put this motherfucker on video. Oh no, I don't play phone games. That's one thing I definitely won't be playing as a phone game. That's not something I do. But I have seen a video of this phone game. And this shit is crazy. Turn this motherfucker down. I don't need to hear it. Actually, I do need to hear it. Where my headset at? Because this video is actually kind of tough. Well, I haven't seen this video. But I have seen. And I'm like, there's no way this is a fucking mobile game. But look, this is a gun, bro. Niggas are running through. They're storming the beaches of Normandy on the back of a gun in Call of Duty Mobile.
Don't worry, soldier. I'm with you every step of the way.
What is actually going on here? Because Activision don't make this. This is owned by Tencent and something else. Like it's Tencent and somebody else that made Call of Duty Mobile. But do you see that fucking gun? They got tanks and shit. My character level on Dragon Age is 23, I think. This nigga just rip his own heart out? Some of these skins are outrageous, bro. Now, this one was in actual Call of Duty. I think this was in Cold War, maybe? Where the gun would, like, kind of fly away. I think that gun made it to actual Call of Duty. But, like, that's some Destiny 2 shit. What the fuck is these guns, bro? Yeah, this is what they do in mobile games. This is the craziest shit I ever seen. And I'm like, there's no way this is actual Call of Duty Mobile, bro. How much money a nigga spending on this game that they make skins like this? What phone can run this shit? I know mine is probably gonna fracture if you try to run this fucking game.
I will dispatch them with ease.
That motherfucker just talked. This is a War of Cybertron ass gun, bro. What the actual fuck? That shit's toxic, bro. Yeah, straight Decepticon. Portal, nigga. This shit is crazy. But this is what they do in Call of Duty Mobile.
My spirit is exhausted, yet my body will not allow me to quit.
This nigga just start having PTSD. Oh, it's hollow purple, nigga. Niggas made a hollow purple gun. This motherfucker's 7 minutes long. There's more guns, nigga. That reload animation is fire. It's overheating.
You are but one of many to fall by my hand.
That was kind of cool. Like, it's, bro, there's a team of niggas just animating this shit. That's just fire. I don't know why they do this though. I mean, I do. It's for the money. Is that a jellyfish? It is a jellyfish. And they reload by putting a new jellyfish. See, there was a gun kind of like this on Modern Warfare 2019. It was the AK. I bought that motherfucker. I think that was only the one skin I bought on Call of Duty. That motherfucker turned into a rocket. That shit's so far. This is a mobile game, bro. They shouldn't be going this fucking hard for a mobile game. They gotta be making so much money that they're like, fuck it, just go all out with this shit. Then they start beating on the gun. Like, calm your ass down, bro.
My spirit is exhausted, yet my body will not allow me to quit.
That motherfucker just turned into a knife. And he threw that hoe. Can you actually use that motherfucker as a knife? It bit his ass. How you get bit by your fucking gun, bro? That's straight out of Halo 5. That is a motherfucking what you call it? It's a Halo 5 gun, bro. I've definitely used that motherfucker before. That's a forerunner weapon. That animation was tough. I ain't gonna lie. Then you put the fucking sword back in the back of the gun. They're like a forerunner weapon too.
Look out, world. We're
You
just
are
getting
but one of many
started.
to fall by my hand.
That motherfucking bird just talked. That shit's crazy. You said 4 days in 7 days? That shit's gonna be big. See, but what I don't want is them to start teasing Mass Effect is 3 years away. Even though they've been doing it every in 7 days since Dragon Age was announced. But if they're gonna show Mass Effect on N7 day, can they actually show us what the fuck the universe is gonna be like? Cause they showed the canon of the Milky Way galaxy. They already showed the Reapers are dead. So everybody that chose Control, you're cooked. Everybody that chose Synthesis, you're cooked. Destroy ending, it works. You said Shepard the main character? I don't know. It's too far in the future for Shep to be the main character because Liara looks old. Liara actually looks really old. So I don't know if Shep is going to be the main character. Unless they like cryogenically freeze this nigga. And then you bring him back to life. But see, the only thing about me when I think of like the next Mass Effect game, especially in the Milky Way, I don't want Shepard to be the main character. For one, like, there's two reasons why. One, because they need to make another good character. Like, you need to make another, like, all the Dragon Age games have a different main character, whether you like them or hate them. Every Dragon Age has a different main character. All them bitches got their cons, their pros. All of them are likable and unlikable in their own ways. Shep has been that nigga in Mass Effect. Until they did Andromeda, they got Ryder. Ryder kind of stumbled and fell on his face. That's fine. The old niggas don't like the young niggas. That's kind of how it be sometimes. But the second part, yeah, the second part of why I don't want Shepard to be the main character is how are y'all gonna do romances as Shepard after he romance up? Your romances go from 3 games. Like if you was with Ash for 2 games, well, because Ash dumped you in the second one. But if you don't cheat on her and you get back with her in the 3rd game, y'all don't get a happily ever after if Shep comes back. Ash is definitely not gonna be there. That's what I'm saying. So then Shep gotta be a cheater. So Shep gonna be in the future, fucking future bitches. And it's like, Shep, no, you got a girl. Like, motherfuckers that was with Jack, nigga. Motherfuckers that was with Jack. I mean, if you were with Liara, because Liara is the canon romance anyway for Shep. That'll make sense. Like, that'll make sense. Like, if Shep and Liara was together and y'all are together in the game, that makes plenty of sense. But, like, Shep ass gonna have to be cheated. Because there's no way Shep is going through the universe and he's not getting no bitches. Because it wouldn't be Shep. It wouldn't be Shep. So they bring this nigga back. Are all the bitches coming back? Everybody's bitch gotta come back. They can't just bring some bitches. So then how do they really get this game for Shepard to come back and it still be a Bioware game? Full of intrigue and romance and all those things. It can't work. They gotta get a new main character. They gotta get a new main character. But what I do want is a little blue Shep running around. I do want Liara to have a child. A Shepard Liara baby. I don't care. I don't care if you like Liara or not. She stole your motherfucking DNA. She made a kid. At the end of Mass Effect 3, she definitely did that shit. That's what the gift was. That's what the gift was because she's gonna live. No matter what, she was gonna live. Because the Reaper extinction took 1,000 years to end. And a lot of people survived the Reaper extinction. They just didn't have enough to reproduce the whole thing. But Liara could definitely have a little blue Shep out there in the galaxy. Hopefully she's a companion. That'd be lovely. That'd be top tier, bro. If little blue Shep is a companion in the game, Liara's daughter, Shepard's daughter, companion. Companion number 3. You meet her, 3rd companion. That'd be phenomenal. But yeah, Shep can't be the main character in the next game. It won't work. Unless the game starts in the past. It has to start in the past. It has to start in the past because if it's in the future, we're cooked. You said he laid back on some diva. That could be good because Elusive shouldn't have went out like that. I didn't like how Elusive went out in Mass Effect 3. I think that's the only complaint I really got about Mass Effect 3. Not how they streamlined it, not how they simplified it. I don't care about none of that. The game was still hella good. It was hella fun. Storytelling was great. Until the Elusive man went corrupt. Like the way they corrupted him makes no fucking sense. It made no sense at all. And I, like to this day, I like Mass Effect Trilogy. Mass Effect 3 corrupting Elusive man was hot garbage. It should have been better than that. There should have been way more to the Elusive man than that, bro. Because he was such a good character in the second game that they kind of ruined his character in the third one. Because he knows the dangers of the Reapers and Reaper tech. Yeah, he want to control the Reapers, but why would he use himself as a test subject? Even his own employees was like, bro, you the most brilliant mind in this fucking galaxy. The most influential person humanity has. Why the fuck would we do this testing on you? His employees said that themselves to him. It doesn't make sense, Bioware, and they wrote that shit. It was so many things that kind of ruined his image. Mass Effect 3 really ruined his image. And if Cora is that nigga's daughter, getting her on the Andromeda Initiative to go to Andromeda Galaxy, I mean, that would make sense, but why would he throw his life away if he got his daughter to safety? That doesn't make sense either. There's so many pieces of elusive that just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. But I think Korra is his daughter from Andromeda. Because this Cerberus was supposed to appear in Andromeda Galaxy. It's supposed to follow them there. But we never got the rest of Andromeda. So it's kind of... I mean, it was theorized that was his daughter. Because I think it comes from like the comic book from back in the day when Elusive was a Black Ops member and he met what's his name? Anderson. But him and Anderson was like working together back in the day. His name's Jack Harper, the Elusive Man. I think it's Jack Harper. And then Korra Harper is the one from Andromeda. Yeah, so I don't know if it's actual daughter or not. Yeah. Cerberus was full of full of N7 and rogue Black Ops niggas. That's why what's his name left? Yeah, he was Jack Harper. And Korra probably is that nigga daughter. And he had her trained by some of the best people in the galaxy trained this girl. So like, if how the hell did you get the best training? Like she was almost motherfucking Miranda level of training. You gotta have a rich and powerful fucking dad to be getting trained by Asari to use biotics. To be getting trained by military generals to be good in combat. And to be partnered with an N7 to go to a whole different galaxy? How the fuck did she get the credentials for that? How do you think she got her fucking dad as Elusive Man? That's the only way. That's the only goddamn way. That's the only way. And I'm sticking to that. I'm sticking to that. That was definitely her dad. And I mean it makes sense because she was kind of like that nigga Elusive in the game. She had that dog in her. That's why Jacob goes there, because Jacob was an elite operative with the Alliance, and then he left too. He's like, I'm going to join Cerberus, nigga. I'm trying to get some shit going. So a lot of rogue N7 niggas did go to become Cerberus. And then all the weird niggas that were doing all the crazy shit down there, but Elusive, I mean, he was a businessman through and through. He was smart. He wanted the best for the galaxy. So they kind of ruined his character in Mass Effect 3. I mean, but she tell you like her biotics is only good like for a human. Like for a human, she has great biotics. So her compared to other humans, she got great biotics. And then Jack comes in, and you're like, I mean, Jack is a different breed. She was legit tested on as a child to be the most powerful biotic human to ever exist. Yeah, Jack does body her. After she gets the implant, though. So after you give her the chip so she can control her power, then she watches Miranda. But if it's just Jack versus Miranda, I think Miranda has some. I mean, Jack is a different breed of fighter, but Miranda's smart. She's more calculated. Jack could just try to blow her ass the fuck up, but Miranda's smart. So I don't think she's gonna win too easy. But once you give her the fucking... What is that? What is the chip that you give her at the end of the game? In Mass Effect 2, her upgrade chip, after you get her her loyalty stuff, after you give her that motherfucking chip, oh, she washed the Miranda ass for sure. Because I think she's the only one on the team that can hold back the bugs and not die besides Samara. Because I think Miranda dies if she try to hold back the bugs in the collector base. But Jack, she can do that shit. I know Jack for sure could do that shit because I did it with her. But I think Miranda can beat Jacob in biotics, and I think she can beat Thane in biotics. Cause I don't think Thane's biotics is that good either. But he's an assassin. That nigga's crafty. But his biotics are kind of trash. But yeah, Jack Washington, bro. Jack is almost elite Asari level at biotics. Because they just, I don't know what the fuck they did to her as a kid. They put Ezo in her heart or something. But they fucked her up. They fucked her up real good. But they made her strong as shit. And then there's weak ass Kaden. Yeah, Thane got a little bit of biotic power. Kaden got biotic power, but he get a headache real quick. So his ass can't do biotics for too long. He'll start crying and complaining. Them goddamn L2 chip users. Kaden never lived in my game. See, the next Mass Effect game, they got a whole lot of lore shit to figure out. And I think that's why Dragon Age did the same thing with this game. Because Dragon Age has so much lore, so much shit to figure out when it comes to what the foundation of Dragon Age is going to be going forward. And they had to cut it off somewhere. I hate that this was the game they did it, but it had to be done, and I can't be upset that they did that though. But trying to figure out what the fuck the canon is has got me rolling through the game, bro. I'm having a good old time figuring out what the fuck they did to the game. And a lot of people be like, oh, Bioware wouldn't have did this. The game wouldn't have turned out like that. And I'm like, have y'all seen what the writer of Dragon Age, what he's done after he retired from making Dragon Age? I don't think people understand. You said Arya better be on the team. Arya was like 600. Her ass should be dead. Arya was old as hell. But Bioware always do that. All the old women, they just be attractive as shit. I don't know why the fuck Bioware keep doing that shit. You say you don't care? Nobody cares, bro. Because Arya was actually peak character. That's why her DLC was phenomenal. Her DLC was hella good. Why did I just open Steam? I just did that on accident. Get out of here. Taking up all my goddamn RAM. You say you're a third wheel on that DLC? No, you're not. It's just you and Arya the whole time. You don't third wheel on the DLC. She literally comes around the whole map. You and Arya. You said they flirting and arguing while you trying to work? Who? Arya's flirting with Shep. If you're female Shepherd, she flirting with your ass heavy. If you're male Shepherd, then I guess, she just wants you to get the job done. What people don't know is like the OGs at Bioware when they retired. They said now you got Nessa the Turian. I mean, bro, if you're female Shepherd, Nissa the Turian is no competition. Absolutely no competition at all. But if you're male Shepherd, then yeah, then you're third wheeling. You're definitely third wheeling at that point. Cause like they're arguing about their past together, and they're trying to run Omega together. It's one of those things. But if you're female Shepard, it's definitely kind of different. Because Arya likes Shepard if she's female, for sure. She respects male Shepard because he an OG, he the GOAT. But like female Shepard, she likes Shep. They should have had a secret romance with them in the third game. They should have had one. They didn't give us one, but they should have. They didn't, but they should have. That shit would have got a lot of motherfuckers in there. But yeah, the one that wrote most of all of Dragon Age's lore, you would think like once he retired from Bioware after Anthem, what the hell would he do? Because he would not stand for Dragon Age being like it is today. Motherfuckers talk so much shit about the writing of Dragon Age. I don't even think they played the game. They saw some clips on the internet. They're like, oh, Dragon Age is so trash. But like the writer of Dragon Age, the last game this nigga made was this one. That nigga wrote this game. I played it for the channel, I think. I got a video up on the channel. The game's not bad. He wrote a motherfucking musical about some gods being weird as fuck. And I'm like, you think Dragon Age was just all dark fantasy all the time? Motherfuckers don't really know what they be talking about on the internet. Because David Gardner himself wrote this fucking game. How much of Dragon Age did he write? He wrote comic books. He wrote the novels. He wrote the fucking games. He's been with Bioware since Baldur's Gate. Up until Anthem. He was there the whole fucking time. And then he went to go write a musical. And motherfuckers saying like, oh, Dragon Age, the OG writers would have never wrote this shit. He wrote a musical, my nigga. That was his next project after he left Bioware. Goddamn God musical. And you're saying like, oh, Dragon Age hasn't been like this. Dragon Age has always been like this. All the writers has always written like this. It's just now motherfuckers don't like it. I think that's what it is. People don't like Bioware anymore. That's fine. People don't like Bethesda no more. That's fine. But for some reason, the internet want everybody to crusade against them instead of just saying like, yeah, bro, we don't fuck with that style of game no more. Don't understand why the fuck they do it, but they do. But this is the lead writer of Dragon Age, right here. His newfound project, bro. He's like, oh, I know what I want to do. I want to write a motherfucking musical, nigga. And he did that shit. He fucking did that shit. But people won't talk about that. Like, that nigga created dark fantasy Bioware. And he also write motherfucking musicals. Why can't niggas do both? You would think like, oh, he write all this dark fantasy. He probably gonna make more dark fantasy. Nope. Motherfucking musical. Colorful as hell. But oh, they won't mention it. The GOAT. David Gardner. Wrote all the Dragon Age lore. Everything people love about Dragon Age, that nigga wrote. And then that nigga went to go make a musical. Nobody wanted to play it. Why not? His brilliant mind still created it. Oh, it's because it wasn't Dragon Age. You say you get older, you change? I mean, yeah. Like, motherfuckers want to do something different. He was writing Dragon Age lore for how long, bro? Nigga, he wrote the comic books. He wrote the normal books. He probably wrote the motherfucking movie for Cassandra. He wrote so much of Dragon Age lore. He's noted for almost everything Dragon Age related. Of course, that nigga wants to do something different. They do something different in Dragon Age every game. That's why they do something different in Dragon Age every game. Because niggas don't want to make the same game over and over again. They want to write some new shit. Motherfuckers don't want niggas to write new shit, though. They want the game to be the same all the time, like Call of Duty, and then complain about it. But you don't want it to change. You just want it to be good, but the same all the time. And you think niggas don't get tired of making the same shit? I don't think fans understand. These motherfuckers create. Creators want to create some shit. Whether you like it or not, they want to create some shit. Somebody's gonna like it. That's why he made a goddamn musical. Somebody's gonna like it. I should have played the whole game. I think I've only played like 2 chapters. And it's actually not a bad game. Like, you get framed for murder and you get god powers on accident. and the gods want to kill you because they think you kill the god is a crazy ass game. It's weird as hell. It's almost written exactly like Dragon Age is. Not even gonna fake it. If David Gardner wrote Dragon Age, it would probably still be Dragon Age of Veilguard. It would still be Dragon Age of Veilguard. It wouldn't be different. Cause I mean, he wrote Dragon Age Inquisition. And guess what? That shit is just like Dragon Age of Veilguard. The art is different. You know, they got new art direction. The art team, that motherfucker look good though. I'm not gonna lie. Dragon Age looks amazing. And it plays really well. On console anyway. I heard PC it struggles a little bit. I heard it struggles a little bit on PC, but on console it runs really well, plays really well. Combat has been fun. I did the Fortunes, the Lords of the Fortune. I did their little tournament. That shit was kind of cool. I should have made videos on it. I got another capture card. I should probably just put that bitch back in. You said it's fine on PC. I just seen some motherfucking some videos of people playing it on PC. You know, the one shit posting about the game. And you know what's crazy? When all these people they collectively shit on the game, right? And then they would meme play it on the internet. That I don't understand that narrative, bro. Like if you're gonna shit on a game, the game's not good. You're saying it's trash. It's DEI slop, all this shit. How do you meme play a game? Like they literally would live stream a game. They play this motherfucker for 6 hours on a live stream. I thought you didn't like the fucking game. There's no way I can play a game for 6 hours that I don't like. You said people leave ray tracing on for no reason? Yeah, I had to turn ray tracing off in Call of Duty on PC. Why the fuck does Call of Duty have ray tracing? And shadow ray tracing. They got so many. I'm like, Call of Duty don't need none of this shit. I'm just trying to shoot niggas. But I probably should play it full screen. I know I play it windowed. I want to live stream Call of Duty from PC. I need to do that. One of these days I will. You said Tekken is the most DEI game, honestly. Yeah, but they only hate DEI when it's collectively hated. Cause when Baldur's Gate 3 was coming out, everybody loved Baldur's Gate 3, but it was DEI as fuck. Why was everybody gay in that game? Like everybody. There wasn't a straight bone in none of their bodies. And I'm like, why the fuck are y'all like this? You couldn't even talk to motherfuckers about them being gay. Will, motherfucking the other one. And I don't understand how the fuck did Gale fumble a goddess and then that nigga's gay? Tell me that's good writing. For somebody don't understand what I mean when I say that. This nigga was living and sleeping with the goddess of magic for how long before he fumbled that bag? And now all of a sudden this nigga's gay. And people were just alright with it. Like, yep, that nigga's gay. That don't make fucking sense, nigga. Nothing in the writing says I'm going from goddess to gay. How the fuck do you even bag a goddess? You gotta be a real nigga to bag a goddess. And then all of a sudden fumble her and be gay. But they wrote that shit. They wrote that shit and they wrote that shit with a passion. Like, yeah, this is gonna be so good. And nobody batted a fucking eye. Nobody cared, bro. But for some reason, Dragon Age is too DEI. Oh my goodness, bro. The hypocrisy on the internet is crazy. That's why I don't really buy into that. I'm gonna play what I like. I didn't like Baldur's Gate. I like Dragon Age. Combat's more fun. Baldur's Gate story was weak. Hella weak. Motherfuckers say Dragon Age dialogue is weak. Like, what the fuck dialogue are y'all listening to? I think it's very informational. It's really good. I don't know. Everybody got their own preferences when it comes to the internet. But the collective is saying Dragon Age is trash. So I guess Dragon Age is trash for everybody but me. I actually want to play some Dragon Age. I just go play some. What time is it? Gaming News Weekly. Did we cover all the topics? I think we did. Oh no, we still gotta talk about the motherfucking PS5 Pro. So the PS5 Pro leaked on the internet somehow. Somebody got a PS5 Pro early. Like out of nowhere, they got a PS5 Pro early. And they leaked the box online. They leaked the console online. They leaked the specs for the console online. And I'm like, what is this? You said the player count is going up? I mean, the player count is gonna go up. It's gonna go down because I mean everybody gotta like figure out if they want to play Dragon Age or not. And everybody looking at Steam, like most people that play EA games buy them from the EA app anyway. You said it comes out in a few weeks. Yeah, the PS5 Pro comes out in like a week and a half, I think. But somebody got that motherfucker early and they leaked all that shit online. They opened it up. The fans are smaller than the PS5s, which is kind of concerning when this one is more powerful. But the fans are smaller. But the PS5 base was overheating with the big fan. So it was more power draw. And more components gonna need a smaller fan. That's just confusing. They saw that like they added 2 more gigs of RAM in there, which is good for the upgrade. They didn't really tell people they put more RAM in it, but they do got more RAM in the game, so that's gonna be good. It's gonna help games run better, especially when you're swapping through games and apps. So RAM is always good. You always want more RAM. What else? They showed that like it only has. I think the power supply is only up by like 50. I think like 50 volts they added to the power supply, so I guess it's gonna alleviate the more power draw. They just added 50 more watts to the power supply, which is, I mean, that's fine. That's okay, I guess. They probably should have upped it more than that, but I guess if they don't need more power, they don't want to waste the money. So they just upped it by 50. What else did they do? I think they leaked how many teraflops it was. I think it was like 16. And some people were saying that it was like 20, almost 30. Like they were saying some crazy ass numbers, and it's 16. And like the Xbox is 12 and a half. The Xbox is already 12 and a half, so they got 4 more than the Xbox did 5 years ago. And they launched a PS5 Pro with it. I'm like, they probably should have added more to this console. I think they should have added more. And it was hella funny on the box. It says disc free. Like people didn't want the disc. They put disc free on the box, bro. And it's like, why would you advertise this as disc free? I don't understand how PlayStation owns Blu-ray. Sony Interactive Entertainment owns Blu-ray. But y'all took the disc out of your console. That doesn't make sense when you literally own Blu-ray. They literally own the shit that they, like, you sell that. Why would you not want people to make physical copies of games when you literally make money off Blu-ray? That's a backwards ideology that I'm like, when I sit here and think about it. Because you own Blu-ray, Sony. Blu-ray is yours. So when people make Blu-rays, that's PlayStation, bro. PlayStation do that. They get a piece of that pie all the time. So why would they want a discless console? Do they think them making money off Blu-rays doesn't equate for enough of people just buying digital off the store? I want to know the data on this. I really want to know the data on that. Because if everybody's coming to Sony for Blu-ray, they're licensing out Blu-ray for everybody. Everybody's licensing out Blu-ray because Blu-ray disc is like, peak disc right now. There's not a disc better than Blu-ray at this moment. But why would they cut out themselves from every middleman? Because there's some companies that literally only make digital versions of games now. They're like, fuck it, we're not making a physical one. And that's Sony losing money. That's literally Sony losing money because they would make the money on the Blu-ray discs printed. Or that's how I think it should work. That's how I think it does work. But for some reason, they're going discless. So they're cutting out the cost of using their own company to make discs. But it's also pushing everybody else. You said no overhead costs, but they literally manufacture the thing that they got overhead costs for. It's like Chick-fil-A selling people chicken. Chick-fil-A literally farms the chicken that they sell to their restaurants, that the restaurants sell to the customers so their restaurants can buy more chicken from Chick-fil-A. They literally make the chicken that they sell. So why the fuck would you cut out the chicken when you buy it from yourself? That's what I'm not getting, bro. Like like the Blu-rays coming from Sony anyway. Sony should be the one pushing for more people to use Blu-ray. But they're cutting it. They're cutting it. And they the ones that own Blu-ray. I would see if they were paying Microsoft to make Blu-ray discs. And Microsoft like, yeah, bro, we're gonna cut out the cost of making physical media because we don't want to pay that shit to the competitor. That makes sense. But the fact that Sony owns Blu-ray and they're the ones cutting out discs is outrageous to me. Cause couldn't Sony just cut PlayStation a fucking discount? They own them. It's so wild, bro. It is so wild. Sony owns Blu-ray. They own PlayStation. I know the financials are not that broken that they're like, yeah, bro, just cut it out and just get all digital media. Because like Square Enix said, like, you can get some people to go digital, but not everybody's going digital. You're just going to lose the rest of those sales. Because what they say, like, if they make a game, like Final Fantasy came out, and 6 million bought digital. I mean, yeah, but when you're, that's like me being upset that I have to cook my own food. Like if I get hungry, yeah, I go in the kitchen and cook my food that I already bought. It's in there. So if you're literally copying a disc that you own, see, Sony owns the disc. So even if they want to cut costs any way possible, they literally own the disc. They're going to manufacture these discs and sell them to so many other people, but they're going to stop using them themselves. Yeah, digital is not material. We know that. But if Sony owns the material, they own that shit. And they're not going to use it. The whole digital industry is going to look at Sony like, you literally own the physical media. Because Blu-ray became the disc everybody used. It holds the most data right now. So if Sony owns Blu-ray and Sony themselves say PlayStation, stop using Blu-ray, every other company is probably going to be like, yeah, bro, fuck Blu-ray. And then Sony's going to lose money from that. Because they don't use their own fucking products. How the fuck are they going to get somebody else to use them? That's like you being a CEO of PlayStation, walking around with an Xbox Elite 2 controller. Like, how the fuck you expect niggas to want to buy a PlayStation controller when you're using an Elite Series 2 to play your games? That mean everybody's going to go digital. Why? Because the physical media holder is saying, yeah, bro, we don't fuck with physical media either. Sony should be the last person to be like, yeah, bro, we're not making disc. They make too much money to be like, yeah, bro, we're not making disc, when they literally own the disc company. They should be pushing for everybody to keep making disc. Why? Because they make money off every disc. But since, it'll cost them less to not make disc, everybody's going to cut that cost. And then you're not going to make money with Blu-ray. Blu-ray's going to shut down. Blu-ray's gone because everybody, okay, digital media. Movies, TV shows, everything, digital media. They still make physical copies of movies everywhere. And their own Blu-ray disc. So what happens when nobody prints a Blu-ray disc? I mean, but there's still retailers that carry disc. There's still plenty of retailers that carry disc. And there's still Blu-rays coming out for movies everywhere. People buy deluxe edition movie boxes with Blu-rays of all kind of shit. My friend is one of them. Then they'll be buying expensive editions of like crazy movies. Like he bought all of Game of Thrones in Steelbook. in Steelbook, all Blu-rays. Them bitches are lovely. 8K visuals, some crazy shit. They make those. But yeah, those are gonna be gone now. And yeah, there's some people that are like, yeah, bro, we want to cut cost. But the one for physical media, it was always gonna be there. Until PlayStation was like, yeah, bro, we don't fuck with Blu-ray no more either. What? What? That is so weird, bro. That is a crazy mindset. Like, to me anyway. This like, what if I made a tool that everybody liked and then I just threw that motherfucker away? Like, yeah, bro, this is not worth it. And it's like, but you made that tool. You're not gonna use it? What the fuck would I do that? It doesn't make sense. It's like making a hat or making an umbrella. Look, you make umbrellas, right? You're the #1 umbrella manufacturer in the whole world. And then you walk out in the rain in a jacket. No umbrella. Everybody gonna look at you as the umbrella nigga like, where the fuck is your umbrella at, bro? You literally made this shit to not get wet and your ass just walk out in a jacket? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sony just pushed digital media forward. When everybody was saying Microsoft is the one that's pushing that shit, PlayStation themselves literally was just like, yeah, bro, Blu-ray's dead. And they own Blu-ray. That is your company, Sony. Microsoft could say it. Why? Because they don't have to pay for Blu-rays. They could cut out Blu-ray because they don't want to pay for Blu-ray. That makes sense. But when PlayStation cuts it out, that's fucking weird. When Sony owns Blu-ray, it looks bad. Because it's not just cutting costs no more. They're literally just denying the whole physical media thing now. When everybody's like game preservation, oh, that shit's dead. PlayStation made sure of it. Why? Because they're killing it themselves. I mean, I do sometimes. Like if I want the game, like if I want the game to, like if I want to have the disc for the game, I buy the physical one. If I just want to play the game real quick, like I buy digital. I find a digital code somewhere online for the cheap, or I just get it on the Xbox store if I really want to play it. But when it's games that I'm looking forward to, that I really want, that I want to play, I buy a physical edition of that. That's why I got that little rack over there. Oh, you mean the companies? I mean, yeah. But as long as PlayStation being #1, PlayStation's #1, if they're pushing physical media, all the other companies are gonna have to follow. That's kind of what leadership is. Like the trends are gonna be set. When PlayStation start pushing $70 games, even though EA was doing it, even though 2K was doing it, when PlayStation themselves was like, oh no, our games are $70, bro. They're worth too much. Everybody was like, yeah, bro, $70 games is the deal. Because you don't want to seem less than, even though Miyazaki came out with a $60 Elden Ring, it killed everybody's fucking industry. $60 games are still better than $70 games because Elden Ring is still better than everything that launched at $70. That hasn't changed. Still hasn't changed to this day. But the $70 thing rolled around. Why? Because the market leader said $70 games were acceptable. So no company wants to buy Blu-ray. But they know if they cut it out and people want to use Blu-rays and Sony is still doing it, they lose that customer to PlayStation. They lose that to PlayStation. They knew that. But now that PlayStation is not doing it themselves, every other company that don't want to buy Blu-rays are not going to buy Blu-rays. They're going to release them motherfuckers digital. They're going to make all that money. They're going to sell licenses. And this is the gaming industry market that everybody was saying the Xbox was pushing. When Xbox were still giving disc jobs, they're still making Blu-rays of their games. They even got custom boxes, Series X and S boxes. Them motherfuckers tough. But now since Blu-rays are dead, Sony's like, yeah, bro, we're killing our own industry. Yeah, Microsoft, go ahead and snatch the disc drive out. We don't need it no more. Alan Wake, they ain't make a physical edition. I mean, I think they are making a physical one. I think it might be out already. Cause they said they were gonna make a physical one after they were done with the first DLC. I think Baldur's Gate physical edition took forever, but they finally got that motherfucker out. The digital one was out, but yeah, now physical media. What ain't limited run still making physical media for people, or did they go out of business already? Does it limited run just stop making physical media for people? Oh, niggas are cooked. People are cooked. Cause yeah, they make physical editions for everybody. So yeah, once limited run stops, I mean, I think all the physical lovers, all the real deal physical lovers, they're cooked. Them motherfuckers gonna be hurting. But yeah, the Blu-ray being gone from it's just so strange the Blu-ray being gone from PlayStation. You said limited run is owned by Embracer. I mean that's fine, but as long as they're making physical media, they'll be all right. For the people that want it anyway, when they try to get licenses to make the physical copies of games, just to take that cost away from the overhead of big ass companies with so much money in fucking in revenue. They're like, yeah, bro, we don't want to spend that little bit of extra to keep making discs. I mean, but Sony's still the market leader in terms of like market share. They still have the biggest market share from PS4 and PS5. They got the most people out there. I mean, Microsoft is bigger digitally because they got Activision, they got BattleNet, they got motherfucking Xbox from Game Pass, and then Xbox on console. So I mean, Microsoft is definitely bigger in the digital world from cloud gaming, from all that. But like Sony is still bigger in the physical world from just console sold, things like that. So they're still a market leader. But I mean, Microsoft is definitely just pulling up. But I mean, Tencent them is still just taking over. We just have to see how the next generation of consoles go, bro. Because if them bitches go digital, if they launch with just digital editions, oh yeah, physical media is dead, bro. All my Mass Effect discs are just gonna be sitting over there. They're just gonna be sitting over there looking like, damn, bro, how you gonna play us? Gotta bring out an old console. Gotta go get my One X. Go get my Xbox One, my OG Xbox One. I ain't got my 360 no more. I'm kind of pressed I ain't got my 360 no more, bro. I missed that little motherfucker, bro. I had a 360 Elite. Oh my goodness, that bitch was so good. One of the best consoles ever crafted. I missed that 360 so much. That motherfucker gone. That motherfucker gone. But I do got an Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch. At least Nintendo got physical media. They love they little SD cards. You slap them motherfuckers in. Those are not bad. I kinda like what Nintendo does over there. What is the Switch 2 gonna use? They're probably gonna still use cartridges too. It just makes sense on Nintendo's side. I don't even know who manufactures those games for them. But they dropped the Blu-ray a long time ago. Nintendo's always been on a different wave. Even with the what you call it? What's the purple one called? The goddamn damn. How am I blanking on the name of a Nintendo purple console, bro? I used to play that motherfucker all the time. Fight for New York and shit. Flip the Z stick, pop your blaze. Damn, hold on. I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, it's the fucking GameCube, bro. Thank you. Holy shit, it's the GameCube. You said investors are investing based on monthly active users? Yeah, that's why Sony forces PC games to log in? Yeah. Because Sony needs the Sony console sale is based off how many units they get sale to the store, not how many people actually turn them bitches on. So Sony doesn't have as many active users as they have consoles sold. It's real low. They active player base on PS5 is a lot lower than they think it is because they've sold so much hardware. So that's why they want the PC gamers to log in to be PlayStation gamers so they could tell the shareholders, look, how many PlayStation gamers we got, because Microsoft already capitalized on it. The whole BattleNet industry is Xbox now. Everybody that log into BattleNet, that's an active user for Xbox. All the Windows users, those are active users for Microsoft. They have so many active users everywhere. The motherfuckers that play Minecraft on PlayStation, yeah, it is more accurate data. It is way more accurate data because those are people actually interacting with your platform every month. Every month on a month, they're interacting with your platform, and Microsoft got people interacting with Xbox on everybody's platform. And that's why they're just monopolizing. They're monopolizing, what do you call it? Engagement. Because engagement is one of the most powerful things you can do on the internet. So if Microsoft is monopolizing engagement, PlayStation is having a hard time finding those people. And to get them to engage with PlayStation content. Yeah, but you go look at the media after Microsoft's earning call came out and look at the headlines that they spun. Microsoft console sales are still dropping. They're still so low because they know that headline is going to get those same people to click on their things. But why are they still looking at console sales for Microsoft when their revenue is up astronomically every quarter? They're making so much money, it's stupid, bro. But they don't care. Why? Because they're not selling consoles. There's no console sales. Those motherfucking gaming journalists love that shit. They love the narrative that Microsoft isn't pushing console sales. They're not. Nigga, you go buy a Fire Stick and play this motherfucker. I can open Xbox right now on my Samsung TV. I can legit Bluetooth my controller to my Samsung TV and play Xbox. You don't need a console, bro. You don't even need a console. You can still be an active monthly user for Xbox and you can have a Fire Stick. You could have a PlayStation. You could have a PC. You could have a Samsung TV. Watch, Microsoft gonna put that shit on a Sony TV. You could have a cell phone. Microsoft is going in good with the cell phone company. That new Xbox store is gonna be monumental. Motherfuckers gonna be playing games on motherfucking Android devices. Google's cooked, bro. This is what they didn't want. They didn't want Microsoft running over their shit. That's why Apple's fighting so hard to keep Microsoft out their store. Because Apple Arcade is a big deal for Apple. But right when Microsoft slap a Game Pass app on their shit, and you can buy and sell stuff through that app, Apple's going to be pressed. Apple's going to be pressed because they're a closed platform for a reason. They don't want people taking their players, taking their money, because they want all that shit to themselves. And Microsoft is coming for those niggas, bro. They're like, hey, there's iPhone users that want Xbox, and we're going to give it to them. And that battle continues. Google already lost. They lost in the cloud. Now they lost on cell phones. Damn, Microsoft is ruthless, bro. Now Apple, they're fighting for their last ditch effort on phones. Because I mean Mac, I think Mac gets some games. I don't know how many people actually play games on Mac though. Like, what is the Mac user base? You say every digital game is one game copy. I mean, yeah. That's why digital distribution is just a license to open the game. Because you don't even get a copy of the game. You just get a copy of the license for the game. The one game that they crafted, everybody gets that game. Everybody gets that game. That's why, like, when people got Stellar Blade on disc, and then people that got Stellar Blade digital got two different games. Because the game that they printed and the game that they uploaded to PlayStation Store were two different versions of the game. And that shit was crazy. So as long as they played that motherfucker offline, they got the original uncensored version of Stellar Blade. But everybody that downloaded the game from the PlayStation Store got the censored version of Stellar Blade, and they were furious. But that's another thing, because control of the digital media is so much easier than physical media. So the amount of control you have over an ecosystem when it's digital, when all you got to do is flip a couple switches, press a couple buttons, and you can turn all that shit off. People want that power. And a lot of people don't want to relinquish that power. That's why they champion physical media. But the more physical media stops being pushed, especially by the top, they're just going to stop making that media altogether. Because game developers don't get to choose. It's the publishers. And if publishers don't want to pay that, they're not. And if they're not going to pay that, gamers that want that motherfucker physical either going to have to get it from somebody else that makes a physical one, maybe, or they get that motherfucker digital. And the ones that don't convert, they just don't get the game. And that's kind of the reality of the gaming industry at the moment. That is going to be firm reality. And I don't think there's no stopping it. I mean, cloud gaming is definitely going to boom off. It's going to take over. But it's going to take over after digital media dies. I mean, after physical media dies. Then cloud gaming is going to be a big-ass deal. Because now it's downloading versus instant play. And that's going to be the wave. So it's going to be either download the game or instantly play it through the cloud. And motherfuckers going to start picking the more convenient way. They did that with digital. Now they're going to do that with cloud. And then everybody's going to be on cloud gaming. And that's all gaming is going to be in the cloud. You ain't going to have shit but a screen and a controller. Maybe even a mental thing. You might just close your eyes and be playing the game. Who knows what the fuck the game is going to be in the future. But yeah, once digital media kills physical media, the cloud is going to kill digital media. And that's kind of how I go. Because we're like, oh, I'd rather download my games. I'd rather play them native than in the cloud. That's going to be the next argument, bro. Because physical media is going to be dead. So now it's like motherfuckers native downloading versus playing that shit from the cloud, streaming it. Streaming it from the cloud. And once technology gets strong enough to stream a game, no latency, oh, that's gonna be a different thing. Because cloud gaming right now for Xbox, I played games on there, no latency. It was kind of good. You said you bought a game print and you were stuck until you got a new copy. Yeah, I think that's how my Twisted Metal was. My Twisted Metal was broken. Like on PS2, that motherfucker was broke. I think the game would play all the way up until like I got the doll. I beat the tournament, like, cause you know Twisted Metal was the Demolition Derby game. I beat the tournament with the doll, bro, and she's gonna take her mask off after you beat it, cause I think that was her reward for winning. And then when you tried to play the game after that, the game would just black out. It would crash. So I think I only had half a Twisted Metal my whole childhood life. I never got to play past getting the doll to win in the Demolition Derby. Because I got to play the clown. I forget the clown's name. Axel. And then the doll. So I got 3 characters done. And then the game stopped working. The game just wouldn't go past it. But then you could delete your data off the memory card and start over. And you could play the other characters. But once you got 3 of them done, the game blacked again. There was no game after you got 3 characters done in the Demolition Derby. It was some of the weirdest shit you could possibly run into. But that was Twisted Metal on PlayStation 2. I just thought the disc had some scratches in it and like deleted half the data as a kid. I didn't know what the fuck was wrong. It probably was just a bad print of the game. All the data probably just didn't register on the disc, and I got one. It was horrible. Never finished Twisted Metal Black. And I was like, yeah, bro, that shit was cooked. But I remember that. So when you said you got a bad print, I'm like, I definitely did for Twisted Metal. I know I did now. But I mean, I got good prints of other games like motherfucking The Sims 2, peak game. Peak game, that shit never missed. Use the last broken physical game you got with Wolfenstein the Old Blood. I don't think I ever played that one. I played Wolfenstein. What Wolfenstein games have I played? I don't think I ever played Old Blood. I know I played the one with the daughters. That shit was kind of weird. Where the daughters with their little mech suits on. Uh, I played Wolfenstein The New Order. Is it called The New Order? How many Wolfenstein games exist? Because I played the new ones, like the machine game ones. Yeah, how many Wolfenstein games exist? Oh, it's the new Colossus. I played the new Colossus for sure. I played Youngblood. Old Castle Wolfenstein. Did I play that? I swear I think I seen it. You said the game after New Order. Okay, so I played New Order. I didn't know there was a second one after New Order. Old Blood, New Guns. That was the Xbox One PS4 generation. Because then I played New Colossus. I thought it went New Order to New Colossus. How the fuck did I never see Old Blood? And it came out a year after New Order did. What the fuck? I never played Old Blood. I might have to go download that. Because then I played New Colossus. That motherfucker was weird. New Colossus was a weird ass game. And then Youngblood was an even weirder game. You say it was like a standalone expansion. Oh, okay. Then a then a Wolfenstein VR game came out in 2019. I don't remember that shit. It's for PlayStation. That was a prequel to New Order. Oh, okay. So that's why it didn't seem weird to me that I didn't play New Order. Because yeah, I played New Order. I didn't play Old Blood. Because I went from New Order to New Colossus and the story just kind of went. But since Old Blood was a prequel game, so it was before New Order, that's why it didn't seem weird that I didn't play it. Oh, okay. So I could definitely go. I want to play this trilogy. I should play all them bitches, like in chronological order. So play Old Blood, then play New Order, then play New Colossus. I should probably do that run for the channel. Or like a live stream series. I don't think I'm playing Youngblood though. I don't think I'm playing Youngblood in that like I did what's this called? Like I did all the Gears of War. I played all the Gears of War on stream. Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. Live streamed all of them. It was a fantastic time. So I might do that for Wolfenstein. We'll have to see. That might be the next stream series I do is Wolfenstein. That's gonna be good. Hopefully it's gonna be good. First I gotta play Old Blood. I'm just wait and play it on live stream for the first time. I think that'd be good. I have a good old time. I did not know that shit though. I know you was there. I was there too. Get my ass shit on because I was playing that shit hardcore. It was rough. It was rough. But it's almost time to end Gaming News Weekly. High key. I want to try. My bad. I didn't mean to press that. I'm gonna try to launch Call of Duty and see how much it takes from my live stream. Buddy, get out my way. Where is it? Call of Duty, where are you? Are you loading? I hate how long it takes for PC games to fucking open. This shit is at 22 seconds. Xbox would never. You goddamn PC. But it has its pros and cons. If you like PC, it's cool and all. But this motherfucker taking a year to open. Holy shit, that motherfucker at 45 seconds. I think it's because I'm streaming, but I'm trying to see how much it takes up to stream the game at the same time as playing it on PC. Because I could play it on Xbox and stream it from there. But like I want to see it. Oh wait, where is I mean, I hear the game. But I don't see Call of Duty on here. Oh, there it is. Alright, I finally found Call of Duty. Holy shit. How much is it actually pushing? I do want to live stream on PC. Mostly because I want to capture motherfucking audio. And you can't capture audio on what you call it. You can't capture audio on Xbox. They don't let you record what other people are saying. But on PC, it's fine. What? Why is it doing this? Okay, Call of Duty, you're on that bullshit. Because I'm using a controller. Why the fuck is it? I hate when PC games do this shit. Where like, it start reading your controller and your mouse at the same time. So it keeps swapping between mouse and controller while I'm trying to navigate. So many PC games do this. And it's annoying as shit. Because why are you registering my mouse at the same time? Oh my goodness, I'm annoyed. I'm so annoyed. Goddamn Call of Duty, bro. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm annoyed. Holy shit. I'm hella annoyed. Where the fuck is my cursor? Now it says R, bruh. Bruh. I'm annoyed. So I'm in the stream. I'm in the stream right here. Gaming News Weekly is ending. Why the hell is my camera so off? What the fuck is going on right now? I don't know. So many things are messing up. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.